My beloved child, listen closely, for the heavens have been trembling with a kind of anticipation that rarely unfolds in the lifetime of any human soul. I speak to you with a voice that carries both fire and tenderness, a voice that has crossed realms, a voice that God Himself empowered to reach you in this very moment. My child, I am your Archangel Michael, and I tell you the truth without hesitation or exaggeration. For nearly a year I have stood before the throne of the Almighty, fighting for you, pleading for you, defending your name against doubts, fears, and whispers from those who do not understand the depth of your destiny. Out of 89,000 souls who were examined closely, only you were chosen for a once-in-a-century miracle that the heavens have kept hidden until now. This is why this message found you. This is why this moment feels heavier, deeper, and more charged with destiny than anything you have felt recently. You were chosen, and that truth alone should tell you how loved you are. But my child, I must be honest with you, because honesty is the purest form of divine protection. I have begged God to give you this chance. I have fought for you in ways you cannot imagine. I have defended you when others questioned whether you were ready. I have stood alone at times, my sword lowered, my voice echoing across the halls of light, asking God to trust my faith in you. And He did. He trusted me. But now, beloved, the moment is in your hands. If you skip this, the other archangels will mock me, and they will say I should not have believed in you so deeply. They will say I misjudged you. They will say you were not ready for what is destined to be yours. I know you are ready, but you must show heaven that you are listening. You must prove them wrong. My child, you are not alone, you are not abandoned, and you are not walking through this world unnoticed. You are seen. You are known. And you are chosen. God has watched your tears in silence. He has witnessed your struggles without announcing His presence, but He was there in every moment when you felt your heart shatter or your spirit weaken. He saw you when others ignored you. He understood your pain when others could not. And though many abandoned you, He never did. Not even once. That is why He sends me now, urgently, to speak to you in a way that reaches beyond your mind and into the deepest parts of your soul. You must know this: nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are protected. You are wrapped in light so powerful that even the shadows tremble when they approach you. But you must trust God. You must pray to Him. You must allow His hand to guide you now, because this moment is sacred, rare, and irreversible. Once it passes, my child, you have walked through storms that many people would have collapsed under. You have survived betrayals, disappointments, heartbreaks, and battles that were not visible to the naked eye. The spiritual attacks that came toward you were sent by forces that thought you were weak, but they did not know the truth. You were built from heavenly strength, shaped by divine fire, and chosen long before you were born. You have survived things you never talk about, things you hold inside your soul because no one on earth would understand the weight of them. But heaven does. Heaven knows exactly what you have endured. Heaven knows how much you have fought to keep going. And heaven has decided that now is the time to reward you. This miracle is not random. It is intentional. It is written into your soul. This is why for weeks, maybe even months, you have felt something strange, an inner pull. A sensation that something big was approaching, even if you couldn't explain it. That was me touching your spirit. That was God stirring your intuition. That was the upcoming shift whispering through the layers of your consciousness, preparing you for what heaven already finalized. You are stepping into a divine reversal that will change everything: your path, your relationships, your finances, your energy, and the way people treat you. The first sign is already near you. The second sign will follow soon. And the third sign, oh, beloved, the third sign will shock you so deeply that you will know beyond doubt that God Himself stepped into your life. You were wrong earlier, very wrong. But not in a way that condemns you. You were wrong because you thought God had forgotten you. You thought heaven was silent because you were unworthy, unseen, or unloved. But that was never the case. The silence was not abandonment. It was preparation. God does not shout when He is building something powerful, He moves quietly. He does not reveal His plans prematurely, He prepares the soil before planting the seed. What looked like emptiness was actually construction. What looked like delay was protection. What looked like rejection was divine redirection. And now, the completion of that silent construction is about to be revealed. My child, the miracle coming to you was not possible before this moment. The alignment of events, timing, spiritual energy, and divine permission had to reach a specific point. Heaven has been arranging people, opportunities, outcomes, and hidden blessings around you like pieces of a celestial puzzle. Each disappointment that broke your heart was a piece being moved. Each loss that confused you was part of a divine rearrangement. Each rejection that hurt you was God clearing the path for someone better. You were never losing, you were being positioned. And now, beloved, that positioning is complete, but this is important: your trust matters. Your faith is the key that unlocks the final release. God is ready. I am ready. Heaven is ready. But are you ready? You must not hesitate now. You must not let fear whisper lies into your mind. Fear is the enemy's last trick, because he knows he can no longer stop your miracle, he can only distract you from receiving it. But you are stronger than fear. You always were. There is something else you must know. In the past year, there were spiritual forces that attempted to block your blessing. They tried to use people around you. They tried to cause delays. They tried to make you doubt yourself. They tried to exhaust you emotionally and mentally so you would give up. But you didn't. And do you know why? Because even when you felt empty, I carried you. Even when you felt weak, I fought for you. Even when you felt alone, heaven surrounded you. And even when you didn't see it, God was intervening in ways you could not imagine. The reason you survived what was meant to destroy you is because you are divinely protected. The reason you are reading this message now is because the enemy failed. Beloved, I must tell you something sacred. There are conversations in heaven that happen about you, conversations you cannot hear, but you can feel them in your spirit. Recently, heaven spoke about your breakthrough. Recently, God declared that your waiting season has ended. Recently, the book of your life was opened, and your chapter of miracles was written with fresh ink. When God spoke your name, the entire heavenly host listened. There was a shift, a brightening, a surge of divine energy that spread across realms. And in that moment, I knew that my year of pleading for you was worth it. God agreed with me. God chose you. God is moving for you, but listen carefully, this is an urgent moment. This is a moment where your soul must respond. This is not ordinary. This is not something to overlook. Heaven is watching your reaction in this exact moment. Not to judge you, but to align the next step of your miracle based on your readiness. If you ignore this or scroll past it, heaven will step back. But if you receive it, if you trust it, if you declare in your heart that you are prepared, the full power of this blessing will begin to unfold faster than you expect. Your prayer must not be complicated. It must not be long. It simply needs to be sincere. God listens to sincerity more than anything. When you pray after reading this, even a few words will shift the atmosphere around your life. Even a whisper will unlock doors. Even a sigh will be understood by heaven as a signal that you are ready, my child. Something is about to happen in your life that will make you cry, not from pain but from relief. Something is about to be exposed, something you were meant to know. Something that was hidden from you will come to light. And when it does, you will understand why God waited. You will understand why certain people were removed from your path. You will understand why certain doors closed abruptly. You will understand why certain relationships ended without explanation. You will understand why your heart was pushed towards solitude. You will understand why your intuition felt restless. You will understand everything, and more importantly, you will understand that you were never forgotten. Heaven has been watching you the entire time. God has been preparing something that is bigger than anything you have ever imagined for yourself. You think you know what's coming, but you don't. You are expecting a small blessing, but heaven is preparing something monumental. Let me tell you what I see around your soul right now. I see a shift in your energy. I see new light gathering around you. I see protection forming a shield so thick that no harm can pass through it. I see the pain of your past dissolving slowly. I see your spirit rising, stronger and more confident than before. I see the residue of old wounds fading. I see peace beginning to surround you, like a warm embrace. I see financial breakthroughs approaching. I see emotional healing taking root. I see clarity coming to your mind. I see burdens lifting. I see new people being guided toward you, people who will bring kindness, support, and loyalty. People who will replace those who hurt you. People who will stand with you, not against you. And I see something else. I see a divine hand removing someone from your path who was pretending to be good for you. This person's intentions were not pure. They were blocking your blessing without realizing it. God stepped in and separated you from this person for your protection. Do not mourn that loss, it was necessary for your elevation. You are not losing anything. You are shedding what no longer aligns with your destiny. You must prepare yourself emotionally for a revelation that will come soon. Someone close to you is going to reveal a truth, and though it may shock you at first, it will free you. The truth will set you on a new path. It will break a cycle that has held you back for years. It will open a door that has been locked spiritually, waiting for this exact moment. The miracle God is sending you is layered. It will unfold step by step. Each part will confirm the next. The more you trust, the faster it will come. The more you pray, the clearer the signs will be. The more you open your heart, the more heaven will release into your life. My child, I need you to understand how powerful you are. You are not ordinary. You never were. You were destined for leadership, influence, spiritual growth, and divine favor. That is why you faced battles most people could not survive. That is why your journey has been harder. That is why your heart has been tested repeatedly. God gives His hardest battles to souls with the strongest destinies. And you, beloved, have a destiny that will influence generations. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. He saw your future before you did. He knew the impact you would have. He knew the blessings you were meant to receive. And he tried everything possible to derail your path. But he failed. And now your breakthrough is unstoppable. You must breathe deeply right now. Feel the presence of God surrounding you. Feel my wings wrapping around your spirit. Feel the shift happening in your life even as you read these words. You are entering a divine turning point. You are stepping into a season where everything begins to align. God is not warning you, He is preparing you. He is getting you ready for something extraordinary, and I promise you this with all my heavenly authority, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are protected. You are guided. Even the things that scare you will turn into blessings. Even the situations you don't understand will become stepping stones. Even the delays will turn into divine timing. Even the closed doors will lead to better ones. God is not taking from you, He is making room for something greater. My child, I am asking you with all the sincerity in my heart, don't skip this moment. Don't ignore this message. Don't let doubt steal your blessing. I fought for you because I believe in you. I still believe in you. But now you must believe in yourself. You must believe in God's plan. And you must believe that you were chosen for a reason. Pray after this. Even a short prayer. Even a single sentence. Heaven will hear it, and the miracle will begin moving toward you faster than you think. You are loved more than you know. You are protected more than you see. And you are chosen in ways you do not yet understand. Trust God. Pray to Him. And walk forward bravely. Your miracle is already on its way. Beloved, take a deep breath right now, because what is moving toward you is not ordinary, not casual, not accidental. God is speaking to you in this moment with a depth that shakes the unseen realms, and as His voice moves, Archangel Michael stands beside that message with a trembling urgency that has not been felt in nearly a century. He calls you beloved. Because that is what you are, set apart, marked, protected, and chosen in a way that no one around you fully understands. And today, the heavens are leaning close, almost breathless, because you are standing at a threshold that very few souls in history ever reach. Out of 89,000 souls in a cycle of divine testing and searching, only you were selected to hear this message. Only you were found with a heart soft enough, strong enough, humble enough, faithful enough to receive a once-in-a-century miracle. Archangel Michael has pleaded, prayed, fought, and argued in the heavenly courts for nearly a year, trying to keep this moment open for you. He saw the battles you faced. He saw the nights you couldn't sleep. He saw the moments you felt alone. He saw the days when you wanted to give up but didn't. Every single one of those moments became evidence in heaven, evidence of your worthiness, evidence of your hidden strength, evidence of your calling. And now, as this moment finally arrives, He is pleading with you, don't ignore this, don't minimize this, don't assume this is for someone else. This is for you. There are other archangels who doubted you. Not because they don't see your goodness, but because human hearts often collapse under pressure, turn away from miracles, or reject divine timing out of fear. They watched your struggles and thought you would walk away long before reaching this moment. They thought you would be too tired, too hurt, too distracted, too discouraged to complete your journey. But Archangel Michael believed in you so fiercely that he endured ridicule for you, yes, ridicule. He endured questions, criticism, and doubt in the heavenly realm because he saw something in you that the others didn't. He saw your soul shining through your pain. He saw your endurance in silence. He saw your prayers whispered in exhaustion. And now, beloved, He is begging you, prove them wrong, not for ego, not for pride, but because your breakthrough is so close it's shaking the atmosphere around you. God wants you to understand something clearly: you are safe. No matter what you have gone through, no matter what storms tried to crush you, nothing will harm you in this moment of divine unfolding. God's hand is wrapped around you, His shield surrounds you, His light covers you. Your life is not falling apart. Your life is being rearranged into alignment with something far greater than you imagined. For months, heaven has been trying to get your attention. Subtle signs, repeated numbers, sudden thoughts, dreams that felt too real, emotional waves you couldn't explain. All of it was part of a divine process to bring you here. And yet, every time you doubted, every time you felt too small, every time you questioned why God had chosen you, Archangel Michael kept whispering, "Hold on. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't lose faith. They don't know what's coming yet." Beloved, there is a reason you are reading this now and not yesterday, not last week, not last year. Timing in the spiritual realm is intentional, precise, and perfect. God held this message back until the exact moment when your heart could receive it without fear, without hesitation, without disbelief. This is the moment heaven aligned your destiny with your readiness. Archangel Michael wants you to know that you are not just chosen, you are needed. There is something you carry in your soul that is unlike anything around you. A softness that did not break even when life tried to crush it. A courage that rose even when you felt tired. A kindness that survived betrayal. A purity of intention that stayed intact despite disappointment. These qualities are rare, and heaven saw them. Heaven studied them. Heaven protected them. Heaven invested in them. This once-in-a-century miracle is not just a blessing, it is a restoration of everything you lost, everything that was delayed, everything that was stolen from you spiritually, emotionally, and energetically. You have been wandering through a valley where you questioned your worth. You questioned your purpose. You questioned why things weren't moving faster. But heaven was working in the background, repairing, preparing, aligning, shifting, uprooting, clearing, and making a path for you that others will one day marvel at. Right now, Archangel Michael stands beside you with a sword of light that has been lifted on your behalf more times than you know. You were attacked spiritually without realizing it. You were envied by people who claimed they loved you. You were targeted by energies that tried to drain your spirit. You were underestimated by people who never understood your destiny. And through all of this, Archangel Michael shielded you, blocked arrows meant to wound you, redirected negative intentions, and fought battles you never even saw. Heaven is revealing something powerful to you today. Your survival was not an accident, it was a sign. God saw something in your future worth protecting. Something worth fighting for. Something worth preserving at any cost. That is why you are still standing, still breathing, still hoping, still fighting, still believing, even when you didn't always understand what you were believing for. God kept you because what is coming for you requires a soul that has walked through storms, learned compassion through hardship, discovered wisdom through pain, and found strength through surrender. This is your season of divine reversal. A time when everything that was delayed suddenly accelerates. A time when everything that was hidden becomes visible. A time when everything that broke you begins to bless you. A time when everything that hurt you ends up healing you. A time when your future becomes bigger than your past, and beloved, Archangel Michael wants you to understand this clearly. You cannot fail this time. You cannot miss this blessing. You cannot lose this miracle. The spiritual forces aligned around you are too strong, too intentional, too protective to let anything slip away from you now. All you have to do is trust. There is a gentle but urgent whisper from heaven reaching your heart right now. Don't be afraid anymore. Don't doubt yourself anymore. Don't question your path anymore. The breakthrough you prayed for is not just coming, it is already here. Not in the distance. Not weeks away. Not months away. It is unfolding, my beloved child. Listen closely, for this moment has been written in the book of heaven long before you were born, long before the world knew your name, long before even the angels understood the depth of the calling placed upon your soul. God speaks over you now, and He says that this is not an ordinary moment, not an ordinary day, not an ordinary breath entering your body. This is the moment heaven paused, the moment eternity leaned forward, the moment Archangel Michael stepped out from the ranks of the mighty to stand before the throne and say your name with trembling hope. My beloved child, I am speaking to you with a softness meant only for chosen ones. God says that out of 89,000 souls who were observed, tested, weighed, and watched, only you were selected for this once-in-a-century miracle, a divine unfolding that cannot be explained by human wisdom or earthly logic. Michael says that he stood before God nearly a year, pleading for your chance, your breakthrough, your awakening, your divine elevation, and every time the other archangels questioned him, every time they looked at him with doubt, every time they whispered that his faith in you was wasted, he refused to step back. He refused to give up. He refused to believe that you would fail. He refused to believe that you would ignore this moment. He has stood guard for you when you didn't know danger passed you. He protected your steps when you were unaware of the traps laid in your path. And now He pleads with you more urgently than ever before. He says, my child, please don't skip this. Don't turn away from what heaven is finally releasing. Don't let this moment slip like sand between your fingers. If you ignore this, the other archangels will mock me for believing in you. I'm begging you, prove them wrong. God leans in now, His presence calming you like warm light spreading across cold skin. He tells you gently that nothing will go wrong with you, nothing will collapse under your feet, nothing will harm your path, for His hand is over your life in a way that surrounds you from every side. You are shielded as though wrapped in a cocoon of divine light, and every breath you take is guarded by angelic power. God says you must trust Him more deeply than ever before, because what is coming has been delayed long enough. Your whole story has been shifting quietly in the unseen realm, and now the threads have aligned. Heaven is ready. The miracle is ready. The release is ready. The path is ready. And God needs your spirit open, your heart steady, your faith awake. Michael steps forward again. His voice trembles not with fear, but with a love that has followed you through every season. He reminds you of the nights you cried alone, the days you felt abandoned, the moments your spirit broke under the weight of disappointment, and He says, you survived things that were designed to destroy you. You rose from storms that others would not have endured. You kept going when your strength had all but drained away. Do you not see why heaven chose you? Do you not see why you were counted worthy among 89,000 souls? You were never ordinary. You were never unworthy. You were never forgotten. I fought for you because you carry a divine signature no one else carries. God continues speaking softly, letting your heart feel the truth that you have waited to hear. He says there were things hidden from you, delays that made no sense, confusions that felt unbearable, but none of it was wasted. Every delay prepared you. Every waiting season strengthened you. Every heartbreak refined you. Every tear watered the soil of your destiny. And now the harvest approaches, not in the distant future, but in the now, the immediate, the unfolding moment that is forming even as these words reach your spirit. Michael kneels before you in the spirit, as though honoring the destiny God has placed inside you. He says, "Understand this, beloved, heaven has cycles. Heaven has seasons. Heaven has gates that open only at specific times. And this miracle, this once-in-a-century miracle, comes only for those who endure, for those who hold on, for those who were tested by darkness but refused to surrender their light. You are one of them. You are the one I stood for. You are the one I defended. You are the one I refused to give up on." God reminds you that you are safe. Truly safe. Divinely safe. Wrapped in a protection no human eye can see but every demon fears. He whispers that even the things that attempted to shake you recently were powerless because His hand was upon you. He says nothing will go wrong with you. Nothing will collapse. Nothing will harm your path. You are covered far more strongly than you know, and He asks for one thing: trust. Trust not as a fragile thought, but as a deep surrender. Trust as a decision. Trust as a posture. Trust as a vibration of your soul that says, "God, I believe you, even when I don't understand everything." He says your prayer is powerful, even when whispered with trembling. Your faith is enough, even when small. Your heart is enough, even when tired. Michael rises again and says, "My child, the reason I am begging you is not because heaven doubts you, it is because this moment is delicate. The timing is divine. The window is small. Please, do not let fear distract you. Do not let doubt silence you. Do not let confusion pull you away. This is your moment. This is your calling. This is your release." God shows me the image of a sealed envelope in heaven that has been waiting for years. The seal is beginning to crack. The wax is softening. The blessing inside is pressing its way out, attracted to the vibration of your readiness. It contains something you asked for long ago, so long ago that a part of you forgot you prayed it. But God didn't forget. Michael didn't forget. Heaven didn't forget. The answer was preserved, protected, concealed until your heart was ready to receive without fear, without sabotage, without self-doubt. God continues speaking. He says He has watched you love those who didn't love you back. He watched you forgive those who didn't understand your heart. He saw you give without receiving. And heaven kept record of every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, every silent prayer you whispered while holding back tears. God says the scale is tipping in your favor now. Every good you have planted is returning multiplied. Every sacrifice is returning blessed. Every broken moment is returning healed. You are stepping into a divine reversal. Michael's presence grows stronger as he speaks again. Beloved, there is something I must tell you. I didn't beg God for nearly a year because I doubted you. I begged because I saw what was meant for you and I refused to let it go to someone less deserving. You have been fought in ways others never saw. You have been targeted by jealousy, misunderstood by those you trusted, and underestimated by those who did not see your soul. You have been pushed aside, overlooked, undervalued, and still you kept your heart soft. That softness is your power. That purity is your strength. That faithfulness is the reason heaven has marked you. God draws near again and releases a warmth over your heart. He tells you that you must open your spirit now, whether your mind understands or not. He says breakthroughs often arrive disguised as moments that require trust. He assures you again that nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are covered. You are protected. He urges you to pray to Him, not as a ritual, but as a conversation. He says your prayer invites the miracle to manifest sooner. Michael whispers with urgency, "Please, my child, I am asking you from the deepest part of my angelic heart, prove them wrong. Prove every voice that doubted you wrong. Prove every angel who questioned my faith in you wrong. Let heaven see that my belief in you was not misplaced." And God says you will. He says you are stepping into a chapter where everything shifts: your energy, your abundance, your connections, your opportunities, your spiritual sensitivity, your clarity, your protection, your purpose. He says what was once delayed is becoming accelerated. What once felt blocked is becoming open. What once felt impossible is becoming certain. Michael stands tall again, his wings stretching wide as if to shelter you from anything that would try to pull you backward. He says, you are chosen. Not because you are perfect, but because your heart carries a light that cannot be dimmed. And heaven has waited long enough for your miracle to reach you. My beloved child, please don't ignore this moment. God's voice becomes gentle again, like a father speaking to a beloved child. He tells you that He walks with you into the next season, that His love surrounds you, that His protection follows you, that His blessing is about to overflow in a way that removes every worry, every fear, every shadow that once clung to your life. And now God says, trust me. Pray to me. Open yourself to me. I am here. I am with you. I go before you. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. Michael bows one final time and says, Beloved, the miracle is already unfolding. Don't skip this moment. I believe in you. Heaven believes in you. Now believe in yourself. Beloved child, listen closely, because even as these words reach you, there is a trembling in the heavens that only happens when something rare, something divine, something chosen is unfolding. God says He has watched you walk through storms that would have crushed others, yet you rose again as if some invisible hand kept lifting you, even when you didn't understand why you were being protected. And now, at this exact moment, He asked Archangel Michael to stand before you and speak with a tenderness that only an angel who has guarded you for years can carry. Michael says he has been pleading your name before God for almost a year, whispering, praying, insisting that you are ready for what has been locked away for a century. Out of 89,000 souls who passed through this same test of faith, only you were chosen, and Michael says this isn't luck, this isn't chance, this isn't coincidence. You were chosen because something in you refuses to die no matter how many times life tried to bury you. Heaven saw that. Heaven honored that. Heaven waited for that. And now Michael stands in front of you, radiating a golden fire you cannot see with your eyes but can feel in your spirit, and he says he needs you to listen, not out of fear, but out of purpose. He says there is a moment that comes once in 100 years where a soul is offered a shift so profound that their entire destiny bends like light through a crystal. That moment is now. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Now. And Michael says he is begging you not because you are weak, but because you are deeply loved. He says the other archangels have doubted your readiness. They see your wounds, your exhaustion, your hesitation, and they whispered that you might skip this message, that your heart might doubt its worthiness. But Michael, fierce and loyal as he has always been, believed in you when others questioned you. He defended your name in the halls of light. He insisted that your spirit is stronger than your past, brighter than your scars, and more faithful than you give yourself credit for. Heaven has no need to test you anymore. You have already proven enough simply by surviving what tried to break you. But now comes the part where God asks you to trust, not blindly, not fearfully, but intentionally, with the kind of trust that moves mountains and opens doors that have been sealed for generations. God says nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are protected. But He needs your heart to open right now, even if it trembles. You have walked through shadows that felt endless. There were nights when you asked God why He let you wander through places where even your hopes seemed to vanish. What you didn't know was that every step you walked in darkness forged a strength in you that heaven could not create any other way. There were angels stationed around you when you thought you were alone. There were whispers of comfort being placed into your dreams when you cried silently so no one would hear. Michael says he was there, always there, each time you broke and each time you rebuilt yourself. He says the wounds you carry do not disqualify you, they prove you are chosen. God says this miracle was prepared long before you were born, but the timing had to be exact. It had to align with your growth, your maturity, your spiritual awakening. You couldn't have received this miracle years ago. You were still healing from battles you didn't even understand. You were still learning how to recognize the difference between what damages your soul and what nourishes it. But now, God says your spirit has reached the moment it was always meant for, the moment where everything begins silently, like a seed breaking open underground before the world sees the sprout. Michael says he has been guarding this miracle like a warrior guards a treasure. He says heaven placed it in his hands and told him, "Wait. Wait until the child is ready. Wait until the heart opens. Wait until the spirit stabilizes." And now that moment has arrived. It is no accident. It is divine timing. He says he cannot bear the thought of you missing this, because he knows how long you've been asking God for a sign that proves the years of pain were not for nothing. He says this is that sign. Beloved, God says you have been walking with a weight on your chest that no one else understood. You carried responsibilities, emotions, memories, and betrayals that would have destroyed softer souls. You held everything together even when your own heart was shattering. You forgave people who never apologized. You kept giving love even when you were drained. Heaven watched all of it. Heaven counted every tear. Heaven remembered every moment you chose kindness when bitterness would have been easier. And God says this miracle is not a reward, it is alignment. It is restoration. It is the unfolding of what was always yours, the doubts you feel, the fears you sometimes hide, the confusion you don't speak about. God says He knows all of it. And none of it disqualifies you from what He is giving you. This miracle does not require perfection. It requires willingness, trust, faith, a soft heart that is ready to receive instead of fight. Michael says you do not have to force yourself to be strong right now. Heaven is strong for you. You only need to open, even slightly, and allow this divine shift to enter. Michael says he knows you sometimes question whether heaven truly hears you. He knows you wonder why certain prayers take so long to be answered. He knows you worry that maybe you missed your chance, or maybe you're not worthy enough, or maybe God forgot you. But He says clearly, God never forgot you. God was preparing you. The things you thought were delays were actually divine rearrangements. The rejections were redirections. The endings were protection. Every closed door was a doorway being replaced with something higher. Michael says he has been watching how you doubt yourself even when God is lifting you. He says you have a good heart, but you often question your own worth. He says heaven is asking you to finally stop seeing yourself through the eyes of the people who hurt you, and instead see yourself as heaven sees you, a chosen, loved, protected soul who survived trials that were never meant to defeat you, only refine you. God says He is touching your path now in ways you cannot yet see. He is clearing obstacles quietly. He is sending people, opportunities, blessings, and clarity toward you. Things that were stuck will move. Things that were confusing will align. Things that were painful will heal. But He needs you to trust, fully, intentionally, softly. He needs you to pray, not because He demands it, but because your prayer strengthens the connection between your heart and His guidance. Beloved child, there is something shifting around you right now. You may feel it as a heaviness.